Hello guys and welcome back. My name is Naughty7. We are back with our our Crusader Kings 2 tutorial series. So basically in our first video we went through all the basics of the interface, the basics of the game, the idea of how it works, and just tried to give a real quick rundown with the intention of actually getting in and playing the game. Now that we've gone through all that, obviously I appreciate that there was a lot of information in that first video and I probably compressed it. It's because I didn't want to talk for 4 videos on everything, and I want to teach, by playing the game. And so that's the idea behind the way I did that first video. Feel free to add any comments and I'll try to answer them on things I did or any questions you have or anything like that. It's the one thing I did forget to talk about is buildings, so we're going to do that real quickly. So buildings, the way we do buildings is you simply come into your province and you click on your holding, and you can see all the buildings we can build. Some are locked behind having other buildings built. Some are locked behind technology. If we go down here, you can see there's one here locked behind technology. We can build for our vassals. So if I wanted to, I could come in here and build for this guy. The main thing you want to focus on with your buildings is building up for yourself, for your own personal levy. So we can really crank up our levy out of here if we want to. But anyway, we want to get playing and we want to start our first war, which is going to be against this poor bastard here. Now it's important to have a quick look and see he's got 600 troops. We can get 790 plus only 85 from our vassals. So we're going to let the game run a bit for our levy to fill up. And the other thing we could do is try and make some of these guys like us a bit more, so that they will give us more troops. So what we're going to do is we're going to say this guy here, we're going to give him an honorary title. We're going to make him the master of the horse. And then this guy here, we're going to make him master of the hunt. Then if we have a look, you've got this guy here. You can be the high Almona. Alright. Now the other thing that happens in CK2 and in EU4 is just random events. So you just get random events throughout the game that pop up. They usually give you an option, can be good or bad. Both options can be good or bad. It's completely random. So we've got a famous writer proposes to compose my family chronicles. So I can lose gold, gain prestige, and I have a chance to get the proud trait, which gives me extra prestige, or I could ignore him and get a chance to get humble. So let's go. Let's give up some gold, get some prestige, and we did not get the proud trait. So while we're waiting, might be a good chance to have a quick look at, if I unpause, the traits we do have. So we're a tough soldier, so this is our education perk. So when you have kids, you can begging for money, demanding tribute. I feel rather confused about his arbitrary ways. Not sure what I should do. Now the envoys, hats to their head. There we go. When you have kids, you educate them, and they get the education of their tutor. So if we want our kids to be brought up as soldiers, we can educate them ourselves, which will increase the chance of them getting the soldier trait. The level of the soldier trait depends on basically on you usually. Then you've just got random traits. So we're trusting, so it reduces our intrigue and gives us extra diplomacy. We're zealous, so we got extra piety, extra martial. We are gregarious, which gives us diplomacy and opinion. So this is our steward. He had bad news trying to get extra attachment. Extra taxes, sorry. So he's got revolt risk and he's pissed off the bishop. Alright. So you can see our levy's gone up, and so has our vassal levy, because we made them like us a bit more. But his levy's gone up as well. So, unfortunately, he's at 750. Alright, so we spoke about factions, so we just had a notification come up about a faction. So this guy here is pushing for elective succession. I actually wouldn't mind it if these guys succeeded, because I prefer elective succession. The only problem is they may not elect my son, and at the moment if they were to do it, I probably wouldn't be able to stop them. I am going to throw some money at both of these guys though, because money solves all problems. And they'll give me more troops if I give them money. So you can see now we're up to 1,000. So, I might just declare this war. Now we can't... I can't declare the war while I have levies raised. So I have to declare the war, then raise the troops. So we just go in, declare war. You have to have a reason to declare war in this game. I can't just go, I want to declare war on you, because I don't have a valid casus belli. So I have to have a reason to declare war. Whether that be a ducal claim, a de jure claim, or a fabricated claim. So we declare war, and then we just raise the troops. So we can move them all into one stack. Merge them in, so you can see we've got more troops in him. We need to let our morale tick up and have a look at who's leading the troops. Apparently we're leading, yep, we are. Okay, so they've, the faction here had so much power that they've forced me, well, I've got a choice. I can either accept elective succession or tell them I won't be blackmailed and I'll have a revolt. But I actually want elective, so I'm going to let it happen. So you'll see now, we've got elective, but they're not currently. Farmlands, okay. They're not voting for me. He's voting for himself. I'm voting for my son. And there's only 2 of us, so I'm pretty sure I'll get it regardless. Alright. So we're going in for the battle. Hopefully... Okay, we smashed one of his flanks. Oh, there goes his middle. Alright, so we crushed his army, but he's going to run away. So I just need to sit here and siege. What was that saying? We got... Okay. So now... Apparently they're voting for my nephew. So my son is not a good candidate, apparently. He's greedy, he's wrath, he's arbitrary. So no one's going to vote for my son because his stats suck. It's basically what's happening. But my nephew is currently being voted in. Oh, this guy's also voting even though I'm killing him in a war currently. Oh, now someone's voting for my son again. So it's pinging between. So you can see that's probably one of the issues with the elective. You can see our war score down here is sitting at 30%. My neighbour's been rather quiet since I sent his head back to him. Oh, sorry, his envoys back with their hats nailed to their heads. I wonder what happens if I do like this so I can do a new punishment for him. Let's do it. For shits and giggles. Alright, so we're going to let this siege down. He's sieging our barony. My son's subjects do not like the new impaling punishment, and led by my priest show their umbrage by throwing rotten vegetables at me. Alright, so we want our siege to finish first, which it might. And then we want to go and attack his army. Respect and prestige I got after nailing the hats to the envoys' heads has whetted my appetite. I've sent for a skilled torturer who will teach me more about torture and impalement. Alright. I have the option to get the impaler trait. Doesn't actually... Oh no, morale damage, intrigue learning. Oh, let's do it. Alright, move this to full, hurry up. Okay, we had a son. No, wait, my son had a son. Ah, not unpaused. I'm like, why isn't it ending? Alright, we won the siege. I'm not going to be able to piece that yet, but I need to try and get over... I have a sneaky suspicion this is going to be really annoying. Okay, so our bishop, who is currently trying to improve relations with... Sorry, our chaplain, currently trying to improve relations with the bishop, and he succeeded. Alright, will you give me what I want yet? No, not yet. We have to wait for his army. Yeah, they've raised more troops, which is actually good. Alright. So I need to specialize. So flat terrain, heavy infantry. We're probably mostly... We do have a fair bit of heavy infantry. There's lots of plains in Ireland though. Let's go flat terrain. It's just a combat. So the problem at the moment is we can't besiege these castles because if you have a quick look, he's got a 500 garrison and 500 levies who haven't been raised. Which is more troops than we've got. So basically we need to try and win a couple more battles to get the war score up to the point where we can piece him out. Alright, I got a free stewardship, which boosted that up. I need a new ambition. Let's improve our intrigue. You vile fanatic, the Irish shot of yours me charges at me. His expression, more of that a wild animal. For a moment, my time stands still. I'm watching the movement of a shiny sword coming straight from my body. I don't think so. I'll duel commander myself. This is failed because I'm a worse jeweler. Okay, so I can either duel the commander and get the brave trait, or I can get maimed, severely injured, and well, let's duel him. But I might die is the thing. So my son pushed me out of the way but did poorly in the duel. Okay, so we got 100 war score. So that means we can peace out. So we go back here, offer him peace. You can see he's totally beaten. We enforce our demands, which means the war is over. We bring our troops back home, and you can see that now this guy here is now our vassal and doesn't really like me. So I'll make him the cupbearer. Throw a bit of money at him. And he'll start to like me a bit more. You can see up here it's telling us that our levies have been raised for too long, but they're not anymore, so that will start to go down. The vassals will start to like me again. And that's our first war done. So it's as simple as that. Now, where we're going to run into issues is that our poor Chancellor has been here trying to fabricate a claim and has yet to succeed. So until he does succeed, I don't have any other way to get to war. So he's currently trying to do this one, which is part of the Duchy of Leinster. Leinster? Which no one has, so it's not currently a thing. Oh, my auntie died. And you can also see that my son, I'm getting a warning that my son is not landed. So the reason that I get that warning is because I've now elective succession. So when you're elective succession, sons that don't get landed give you a prestige hit. Yeah, so you can see I'm getting minus 0.4 for having an unlanded son. Right, another event. The passion between Veronica and myself was still there, only slumbering beneath our skins. Easily awakened by a lover's touch. It was hot, fierce, wonderful lovemaking such as we used to have. So we're now lustful. There's a 10% chance I'll die. Alright, so we've got some gold. So while we wait... Oh. The Kingdom of England became the Kingdom of Norway. How interesting. Okay, so I've lost the trait Gregarious. I can gain it back again. I would rather have Gregarious because it's a good trait to have. Okay, my son had a daughter. I'm yet to have any children with my wife. Just... I wonder if we can fabricate... Okay, so I've been studying books and I gain an intrigue. I don't have claims on anything, do I? No. So literally we're playing a waiting game because we can't declare any wars without any claims. We don't have any claims. I could try... So this guy's saying he can't pay his taxes. Lower the taxes. I can either lower the taxes or I can tell him to bugger off, or because I've got high diplomacy, I can flatter and soothe him and nothing changes, which is excellent. Oh, the Kingdom of... Oh, that's just the Duchy of Leinster has formed. So this guy managed to get both of them. What I could look at is... I could look for claimants for some of these counties. Okay, so there is a claimant there. I could invite him to court and he would come, but then I'd have to try and land him somehow. So a man claiming to be a lord who disappeared 7 years ago has found his way to my castle. He sings of a fair queen of Elfland, and some say his songs are prophetic. Sorry. So long lost at home, I can gain kind, which gives me diplomacy, makes vassals like me, but I lose intrigue and personal combat skill. I can get a courtier, or I can get a temporary buff to my diplomacy and stewardship. Let's do that one. Right, we got a new alert. A child needs stewardship. So this is my nephew's son. So what we need to do is go assign guardian. I couldn't find it. So we can pick anyone, and the trait that they've got will likely carry over. So this guy here's got Midas touch, which is quite a good stewardship trait. So let's just do that. He's not a character that we're too worried about. There's a character skill education based on each one. So you've got more free intrigue. Tough soldier is the military one. Midas touched or thrifty clerk is the stewardship one. Charismatic negotiator is the diplomacy one. Oh well, England's England again. God knows what's going on over there. Let's have a look. Okay, flamboyant schemer is the intrigue one. And let's see. Detached priest is the learning. Man, we're oh, my nephew wants to be married. Alright, we'll go find an attractive Danish woman for him. Oops, that's not what it what? What? Or was it my nephew? That one. Wait, did I click the 30-year-old? Anyway, if I did, I did. I did, apparently. That was a mistake. I was sure I clicked the other one. Alright. We've stabilised our duchy. Our succession law got changed for us. No one wants to vote for my son. Just because of all his negative traits. He's also wounded. And they're saying he's too young. He's 24. Ah, yes, he is wounded. Oh, now he's ill. I might need to have another child soon. Alright, you're failing me at the moment. I can see if there's a better... I don't have anyone better. I could possibly try and recruit a new... Right. We could increase our castle walls, which would give us a slightly bigger levy. So let's do that. For some gold. And let's crank the speed up a bit more. It's going to fly through now. Take the bird out for a hunt. I caught a rabbit. I like it. My wife is pregnant. Excellent. I am now a falconer. Because I have to look the unusual taste. Most watch household nowadays ranges from mildly unsettling to positive revolting. I'm make sure that she gets all she wants and more. Much more talkative. She should rest. Lots of pregnancy events. Alright, we're going to wrap up this episode soon. It's been a little bit of a drag, though we did win our first war. Unfortunately, our steward... Okay, we had a son. Let's just go there. Let's be that vain. Let's call him Naughty 7. Was he a genius? Oh! We got a genius son. So, the reason we married a genius is because genetic traits can be passed on. So, genius, attractive, strong. And as you can see, we had a genius child. It was not proved by taking the Holy Communion. Perhaps some old sin still weighing us all. I'm sure I can calm her down. Alright, well we had our genius son. But we failed pretty spectacularly when it came to what I might do, maybe next episode, is we might look at trying to murder one of these guys, so you can see what plotting and intrigue is like, and then we might bring a claimant in, so we can do a claimant war. But that'll do it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed and learnt a little bit. Feel free to comment, follow, subscribe, and head over to my Twitch channel and follow me there so you can catch me live when I'm streaming some EU4 and CK2. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please leave comments if you want to ask any questions at all about how everything's going and anything I've done, if I've skipped over anything too much. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.